I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's News Update. Two pro-Israel Jewish Democrats who had major reservations about the Chuck Hagel nomination to become the next U.S. Secretary of Defense have now said they will support the former senator for this appointment. Politico reports that California Senator Barbara Boxer expressed her support for Hagel Monday night after extensive phone conversations with him and after receiving a letter that Hagel had sent her. In the letter, Hagel apologized for comments he made in 2006 regarding AIPAC and expressed his support for the U.S.-Israel relationship. Hagel wrote that referring to AIPAC as the Jewish lobby that intimidates U.S. lawmakers was, quote, a very poor choice of words, and that he understands how such words can be construed as anti-Israel. Hagel also wrote that most Americans, myself included, are overwhelmingly supportive of a strong U.S.-Israel strategic and security relationship. He also said if he's confirmed as Defense Secretary, he would work to deepen the ties between the two countries. Boxer said she found Hagel's answers to the issues she raised with him, including on Israel and on the Iranian threat, reassuring. The New York Times reports that New York Senator Chuck Schumer has also now said he will support Hagel. Schumer said his concerns over Israel and Iran and other issues were addressed after he met privately with Hagel for about 90 minutes in the White House on Monday. Based on several key assurances provided by Senator Hagel, Schumer said, "I am currently prepared to vote for his confirmation. I encourage my Senate colleagues who have shared my previous concerns to also support him." Ynet reports that two Jewish Israeli teenagers who were indicted in the near-fatal beating of a Palestinian teenager this past summer will not face assault charges. The teens, who were 14 and 16 at the time, were part of a group that attacked 17-year-old Jamal Julani in August in downtown Jerusalem. Their lawyers were reportedly able to strike a deal with the Jerusalem prosecutor in which they will be convicted of one count of inciting violence and one count of promoting racism. The prosecution agreed to drop the assault charges against the two in order to secure the conviction. A total of 10 suspects, most of them minors, were indicted after the attack for incitement and aggravated racist assault. Former New York Mayor Ed Koch wrote a letter in December to the Prime Minister of Great Britain, David Cameron, regarding Great Britain's abstention at the UN vote on upgraded Palestinian status and on Britain's asking Israel to cease building in the settlements. In the letter, Koch discusses the security threats to Israel, paying special attention to the recent speech made by Hamas leader Khalid Mash'al. Today, the Prime Minister responded to Mayor Koch, which the mayor shared with Shalom TV, in which the British Prime Minister agrees with Mayor Koch with respect to Mash'al's inflammatory remarks denying Israel's right to exist. As far as Great Britain's abstention at the UN, the Prime Minister is unclear, arguing that the UK's position was determined by the, quote, guiding principle of ensuring a rapid return to negotiations, unquote. Mr. Cameron tells Mayor Koch that his country urged Palestinian Authority President Abbas not to take this matter to the UN, and that when Abbas did not respond to his country's urging, Great Britain chose to abstain during the vote. Cameron ended the letter to Koch by saying that now is the time to look forward and that the UK will work urgently with the United States, our other international partners, and with the Israelis and Palestinians to drive the peace progress forward before the window for a two-state solution closes forever. On the one-month anniversary of the tragic shooting at the Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, current and recent members of the President's Council on Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships released an urgent plea to President Obama and Vice President Biden to address the issue of gun violence. The letter was sent Monday night just ahead of Biden's report and recommendations to the president on the issue. The letter, spearheaded by the Rabbinical Assembly's Executive Vice President Rabbi Julie Schoenfeld and organized by Council Chair Susan Stern and the Religious Action Center's Director Rabbi David Saperstein, calls for reasonable steps to keep dangerous weapons out of the hands of dangerous people, through measures such as ensuring and enforcing universal background checks for gun purchases. The letter was signed by 28 diverse national, civic, and religious leaders who stated in it, "We come with a common purpose out of a conviction that despite our diversity, we all share a commitment to protect the lives of our people. We commit ourselves and call upon our communities and our elected officials to make every effort to save human lives, especially the lives of children, from senseless gun violence that does not represent the responsible citizenship intended by the Second Amendment." And that's Shalom TV's news update. I'm Teisha Bader.